Yusuf walked through his day with a smile, but it was just a mask. To his friends and family, he seemed fine, laughing, talking, pretending. Inside, though, his world was gray and empty. The loss of someone he loved had drained all color from his life. He replayed memories, feeling the same sharp pain each time. Old photos made him feel like a stranger to himself. Activities he once loved now felt like chores. The joy was gone. He was just going through the motions. No one saw the deep sadness he carried. He hid it to avoid worrying those around him. Every day felt like a long journey through emptiness. He felt stuck in the moment of his loss, unable to move forward. The silence in his room was loud with memories and pain. He tried to remember happiness, but it felt unreachable. The smiling Yusuf in old pictures seemed like someone else. He had become a shadow of who he once was. The mask grew heavier each day. Yusuf wondered if anyone would ever see the real him. Before the sadness, Yusuf's faith was his anchor. Prayer brought him peace and connection to Allah. But as grief grew, his prayers felt empty. Just words, no comfort. He started missing prayers, then stopped reading the Quran. Guilt faded into numbness. He felt unworthy, distant from Allah, as if a wall separated them. The comfort he once found in faith was replaced by shame. He stopped making dua, convinced Allah wouldn't listen. The distance made his loneliness worse. He believed he had turned his back on Allah. The connection that once gave him strength now brought pain. He felt completely disconnected, lost in his grief. Yusuf wondered if he could ever find his way back. One evening, rain fell as Yusuf's sadness peaked. He left his room, drawn outside by the need to feel something real. The empty streets and cool rain matched his mood. He wandered aimlessly, letting the rain mix with silent tears. In a quiet park, he sat on a bench under a tree, soaked and vulnerable. For the first time, he stopped pretending and let himself feel the full weight of his pain. The rain seemed to wash away his mask, leaving only his raw loneliness. He whispered into the night, "I am lost. Oh, Allah, I am so lost." It wasn't a prayer of hope, but a confession of defeat. He felt he had reached the bottom with nowhere else to turn. Alone in the rain, Yusuf finally admitted his truth. He was a lost soul, desperate for relief. As Yusuf sat in the rain, his phone buzzed. He almost ignored it, but checked anyway. It was a message from an old Islamic page, a Quran verse. "Indeed, I am near." The words struck him deeply, cutting through his despair. It felt like an answer to his whispered confession. The message wasn't judgment, just presence. Tears streamed down his face, this time, tears of relief. He realized Allah was not distant or angry. Even at his lowest, Allah was near. The message offered a spark of hope in his darkness. He saw that the doors of mercy were never closed. Allah was waiting for him to turn back. For the first time, Yusuf felt a glimmer of hope. On that bench, Yusuf felt a shift, a small warmth of hope. The sadness remained, but he no longer felt completely alone. He stood, walking home with new purpose. The promise, "Indeed, I am near," echoed in his heart. Back in his room, he performed wudu, feeling cleansed inside and out. He unrolled his prayer mat, nervous but determined. Remembering the message, he stood before Allah, not a distant king, but one always near. He whispered, "Allahu Akbar. God is greater than his pain and mistakes." In that moment, Yusuf was no longer lost. He had taken the first step home. The journey would be long, but hope had returned. He was finally ready to begin again. Yusuf knew he was not alone. Allah was always near.